Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit. Today, I'm going to be making probably one of the best burgers that I've ever made. And right off the bat, I already know there's going to be a lot of controversy from Scooters because the meat I'm using is the trimmings from Filet Mignon.
Yeah, you can't use filet mignon because it's too lean and it doesn't have any flavor. What kind of cooking channel is this, using filet mignon to make a juicy burger? You can't do it. It's impossible.
Scooter, even though I somewhat agree with you, shut up. If you season it right, cook it properly, and add the right toppings, it can be just as tasty as an 80-20 ground chuck burger. At least that's my theory. And I hope I'm right, because if not, Scooter's right, and I would hate that. Now the first thing we need to do before we start cooking these burgers is obviously heat up the grill. And you can use any kind of grill you like. A gas grill, a charcoal grill, an electric grill, a pellet cooker, or even over an open fire. Or, if you don't have a grill or a place for an open fire, you can cook them in a skillet or under the broiler in your oven. Or if you're really hard pressed, you can boil your burgers. Yes, that's actually a real thing. If you want to see me try that, let me know in the comments. Now while our grill is preheating, let's make a delicious mushroom and onion topping for our filet mignon burgers. I have a piece of heavy duty aluminum foil that I folded in half that I'm going to add a handful of sliced baby portobello mushrooms to, but you can use any kind of mushrooms you like. To the mushrooms, add a handful thinly sliced Vidalia onion. Again, use whatever kind of onion you like, red, white, or yellow. Just use what you like and what you have on hand. There's no reason to go out and buy something special. To the mushroom and onion mixture, add some of your favorite seasoning. And I'm simply using an all-purpose steak seasoning. And I'm only making enough mushrooms and onions for me because no one else in the house likes them. Weirdos. Finally, we need to add some fat, and I'm just going to use a pat of salted butter. But bacon grease, duck fat, schmaltz, or olive oil can be used. Again, use what you like. It is your burger. Now wrap everything up in the foil, then put it into the 450-degree grill and let it cook for about 10 minutes or so. While the onions and mushrooms are getting happy, let's tend to our burgers. Now here's the star of the show. 3 1/3 pound USDA prime filet mignon burgers. Now once we form the patties, we're going to season with the same all-purpose steak seasoning that we used with the mushrooms and onions. And we're just going to season this side for now. We'll season the other side once they go on the grill. After 10 minutes, our mushrooms and onions are coming along nicely. But I wanted to add one more layer of flavor. So I added about a tablespoon of steak sauce, which I thought would add a nice little pop to the flavor. Then wrap the mushrooms and onions back up and continue to cook for another 10 minutes or so, or until the hamburgers are ready. Speaking of the hamburgers, we put them seasoned side down on the well-oiled preheated grill grates. Then we season the second side. Once both sides are seasoned, close the lid and let the prawn filet mignon burgers grill for 3 minutes. I was shooting for a very rare burger, so if you don't want a very rare burger, cook them longer. After 3 minutes, give the burgers a half turn if you want the nice hash marks. If you don't, just let them cook for a total of 6 minutes per side. And the cooking time is going to definitely vary on what type of grill you're using. With most pellet grills, you don't have a direct source of heat. That's why these are going to cook for a total of 6 minutes per side. After giving them the half turn, close the lid and now let them go for 3 more minutes. After 3 minutes, or 6 minutes total, give the burgers a flip. The first thing I notice is the beautiful hash marks, but then you see the succulent juices sweating out of these burgers, which normally when you think of filet mignon, you don't really think about nice fatty succulent juices. And you guys know me, I love fat, and fat equals flavor. Now let the burgers go for 6 more minutes. There's no need to do the second half turn because the only thing that's going to see the underbelly of these burgers is your mouth and stomach. And by the way, the only burger that's being cooked very rare is mine. The others in my household are weird and want them cooked well done. After 5.5 minutes, add your favorite cheese. And I'm using smoked Gouda on my burger. The other burgers are obviously going to cook longer than mine, because they say they don't want their burgers mooing, so they'll add their cheese later. Now close the lid for 30 seconds or until the cheese begins to melt, and then pull them off. If you leave the burgers on until the cheese is fully melted, it's going to all melt off with the residual heat of the burgers, so let it finish melting after you pull it off the grill. And then finally, we need to toast up a butter brioche roll. And yes, you have to do this. Don't skip this step. It only takes a couple seconds to do, but that extra layer of flavor from the butter and the toasted bun is a game changer. Now let's put our mushroom, onion, and Gouda filet mignon burger together and see how it turned out. Starting with the bottom toasted butter brioche roll, the half-pound grilled prime filet mignon burger topped with smoked Gouda cheese, our steak sauce and butter caramelized mushrooms and onions, and finally, our toasted butter brioche roll. Look at how beautiful and juicy this burger is. Then we cut this beautiful burger in half to see how we did on the cooking. And for me, that turned out absolutely perfect. I was shooting for rare on my burger, and I think I nailed it. I can already hear you guys saying, that burger's not done. Well, this is my burger, and it's done exactly how I want it. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you on your overcooked hockey puck. Now what I was waiting for, to give this burger a try. And I was literally drooling like a rabid dog. Have you ever seen a TV show when the host overreacts when they take a bite of something by rolling their eyes in the back of their head, and then they close their eyes as they slowly chew, all while they moan in ecstasy? Well, after I see them do it 100 times, I start to find it unbelievable that everything they eat can taste that good. Well, I'm here to tell you, I did all of the above, and my toes even curled. And as you guys know, I can't even feel my toes. If every burger tasted this good, it would be all I ate, and you could just call me wimpy. There's not enough adjectives in the dictionary to describe this burger, but I'm going to try to explain my experience as best I can. When I bit into this burger, my teeth literally melted through the burger like a knife through warm butter. The tenderness and the juiciness was unbelievable. Then your taste buds get a Mike Tyson left hook knockout punch from the combined richness of the burger, the smoked Gouda, and the butter brioche roll. The richness is followed by a subtle heat from the savory seasoning, a nice tang from the steak sauce, finished up with a nice sweetness from the caramelized onions and mushrooms. It's absolutely the best beef cheeseburger I've ever made or had in my life. It's right there with the ostrich burger I made not too long ago. I usually eat just to eat, but this burger was so satisfying and enjoyable that it turned a simple meal of grilled cheeseburgers into an eating experience. Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, share it with your family and friends, and I'll see you soon.